Hi, my name is Bob and welcome back to the homestead, y'all. I'm going down here to check our peach and nectarine trees out. I could tell the other day that they were starting to get some that were ripe, and so I wanted to see how far along they were. So we're going to go down here and we're going to look at them. I don't know if you saw the video or not, but I did some videos back in the spring about late freezes in your fruit trees and berry bushes, and we'll check out these fruit trees and then we'll go check out the blueberry bushes too. And I'll show you how much fruit is on them, even though we got those late freezes. Now, the nectarines and the peaches did a lot better than I thought they were going to, but they just are producing so well. But if you didn't get to see those videos, I'll put a link in the description, so that way next spring if you have a late freeze, you can check your flowers, you can check the blooms, and you can see whether they were pollinated or not. If your blooms are open but they've been pollinated, in my experience, a lot of times those will still produce fruit even if you get a late freeze. But if your blooms are open and they're not pollinated, then a lot of times those blooms will fall off. Now if the blooms are closed, a lot of times you'll be good. Unless you get down into the low 20s, then it'll freeze the entire bloom and your whole crop will be lost. But let's look at some of these. They're delicious. I've already eaten a couple of them. So you can see this is a young nectarine tree, and look, Japanese beetles on them. We'll pick them off. Oh, and that nectarine just fell off in my hand. Oh, these are just so good. And the beetles have eaten the top of that one. So I'm gonna have to get out here and get these picked before the Japanese beetles eat them all. But I'm gonna go get a basket and we're gonna pick some nectarines. Have me a little basket here. I put just an old plastic bag in here because these nectarines are extremely juicy and I didn't want to mess up the little basket. But I'm going to get busy and I'm going to pick some of these nectarines before the Japanese beetles eat on them. There's a bunch of them down here on the ground. They've already fallen off, so they're ripe. See, already 20, I'd say about 20 of them were on the ground. Let's pick some of these that are ripe in the tree. And some of them are probably not going to be quite ripe yet. That's okay because they will ripen up. But I'd rather go ahead and pick them now before the Japanese beetles get to them. And if they're ripe, you'll know it because they'll just fall off in your hand. Just as soon as you touch the nectarine, they'll just fall off in your hand. Some of these on here are already too ripe. You can see how dark that one is. Have us a good basket full here. I don't know if you can see. There's probably 30 or 40 nectarines in here. And oh, they're just so good. Now, since we don't spray anything on ours, no chemicals, we don't use any chemical fertilizers and any chemical sprays, you know, we can just come out here and just eat them right straight off the tree. I want you to look at that. Oh, that is so good. Well, oh, I see another one over here. That one has a little bit of a bad spot, but I'll cut that out. Maybe do 5 or 6 air layers on this tree itself. You can see it's going to need prune this winter. I'm going to have to cut this back hard, so I might as well go ahead and do several of these branches and air layer them And that way at least we can get more of these trees out of it. This variety does good in our area, and it's very disease resistant. So I'm going to go ahead and air layer this, and basically you're just cloning this tree. I could plant this, but I don't know what pollinated this pit. So it could be pollinated from a different variety here in our orchard. But by cloning it, by air layering it, you're getting the exact same tree. So I'm going to get my air layering tools today, and I'm going to go ahead and air layer probably about 5 or 6, maybe even 10 of these. And that way we can have about 10 more of these nectarine trees. So I'll clean my hands up. We'll go over here to this peach tree and take a look at it. Okay, it's our nectarine haul for today. Look at that, 30, 40 nectarines. Oh, and they're just so good. All right, go look at the peach tree. Okay, this is one of the young trees I showed you back in the spring. And there's several peaches on here. Let me shake it and get the Japanese beetles out of here. Some of these peaches are just about ready. And if I don't go ahead and pick them, let them get ripe, the bugs may get them before we do. You can feel a peach, you can tell when it's about ready. If it's too hard, then it's probably not ready. Yeah, that one's ready. There's not near the peaches that there was the nectarines. That's okay, because I like both. That's about all the peaches that are ready. Only ended up with 4 peaches that were ready. I'll come out and check tomorrow and the next day. And I'm sure we'll have more off of this one. But I have about 12 more peach trees to check. And this one's the furthest along, so I'm betting that the rest of them, there's not many peaches ready on them yet, since this one only had the 4. But over the next week or so, they're all going to be ready. So we're going to be picking a lot of peaches. We're going to be eating some good peach preserve this winter. If you have any questions or comments about this video, please leave them below. If you're not a subscriber, please click the subscribe button. And as always, thanks for watching.